So welcome back to the next leg of the journey home. Now we just left this nice calm anchorage and I'll show you. That is right in here. I plan to exit this anchorage out this opening here, but because of this fish farm that's located right here, didn't see that on the map. I decided to go out the same way that I came in, so a small detour around these small islands, but that's okay. So now we are heading towards Boknafjorden, and we are planning to cross that today. The weather, as you can see, is rather miserable. It's light drizzle, really light from time to time, but mostly it's no precipitation, but it's yeah, a bit foggy. The visibility is not that great, but we are close to the shore and we can see land all around here, so it's not going to be any problems. And we have our Navionics app running, so we know where we want to go. So yeah, it was a really cold night tonight. This is the first night I've anchored the boat out. Spent the night in the boat in the marina, but of course then I was hooked up to shore power and kept the heater going. I'm not sure of the capacity of the battery bank, because it's just one big battery supporting the house bank, and it's a starter battery on its own separate course. And yeah, I didn't want to risk running out of power, so we turned the heater off, bundled up as best we could, but I had to get up several times during the night to put on more clothes. And at 2 o'clock in the morning I was up because it was really cold, and I checked the temperature inside the cabin and it was 4 degrees centigrades Celsius, so it was rather cold, but the anchorage was very calm, and yeah, it's enjoyable. We had some dinner last night, and yeah, a cup of coffee, 2 or 3 and basically I did some work. I brought some work with me because, yeah, when you work as a teacher, holidays is just a period where you can work at home with no students, and you can do the things you like in the meantime. So I was checking out some tests from some students last night, and yeah, that was all good, and I went to bed early. So yeah, slept well, not much rolling. A few boats passed by during the night, but it was just enjoyable. The anchor came out really easy. This is not a marked anchorage, so I was a bit worried that there was going to be stuff on the bottom that the anchor chain would wrap around, because it was so quiet that the boat was just swinging all over the place. So I was afraid we were going to have a struggle retrieving the anchor today, but that went pretty smooth. Actually, it went as good as it could go. So that's all good. The anchorage is secured now, and yeah, we're motoring along, recharging the battery, because the anchor, or the windlass, is of course using a bit of power to hoist the anchor, and yeah, so we're going to motor for a bit, and then we're going to turn the engine off. You have to charge up the phones and computers and everything, so everything is charged, and then we turn the motor off, and we'll hopefully get to sail a bit. So right here is not enough wind to sail anyway, but hopefully when we get to Boknafjorden we can sail across that and perhaps some more, so we'll see. So I'll give you an update later, but this is the view. This island is called Talgje, and it's located, yeah, outside Stavanger somewhere. This island is called Brimse. It's a lot smaller, but nevertheless it's an island. And this large island over here, I think that is Rennesøy. We're gonna coast along that one for a bit to get to Boknafjorden. So as you can see, we've got the sails up, but right now the wind is, yeah, not right here at the moment. There is a fishing vessel over here doing his business, and beyond him or behind us there is wind, so I'm not one that gives up that easy. So just gonna let the sail hang here, because we are, as you can see from the waves on the water, we are actually moving. So yeah, 1.3 knots, 1.4. We can wait a bit for a wind. This is a small island beside us here, and that is called Archipelago, the map says. So yeah, we are heading for Boknafjorden, and we are hoping for some more wind. The weather is a lot nicer now. We've cleared the heavier foggy weather. It still clings to the area where we came from. You can see it behind me here. So I guess we're heading into open water, and we can see some blue skies, and that's nice. So it's definitely enjoyable, but it's really slow, so we'll see what the wind is going to do. I hope it's gonna fill back in a little bit. We were sailing almost dead downwind, so I just hoisted the Genoa, and that did well for half an hour now. I still need to charge up some equipment, so it's not the end of the world if I need to put the motor on for a bit. Finally, some good wind. So we're doing about, yeah, 4.5 to 5 knots, closer to 5, and we're not following the course that I've planned, but we're taking some height and going to utilize the wind to cross the Boknafjorden. In a little while. We are just at the entrance of Boknafjorden now, I mean. So yeah, we haven't moved much since the last update, but it was dead calm. We've been drifting and trying to play around with sails, trying to get some wind to catch, but the wind didn't fill in again. And then we started the motor for about 10 minutes, and yeah, after 10 minutes we we got some good breeze, so yeah, that is perfect. So yeah, what can I say? Everything is working fine. We got charged up the equipment rather well, so yeah, I'm enjoying some sailing now. So here is the sail configuration: full main, a full Genoa, and I could perhaps trim the Genoa just a bit. You can see the lights on the inside is not completely, I could stretch that out a bit, see if I'll do that. But we're just about to change course, and the boat is nicely balanced, so the rudder is at midship, so I figure this is okay anyway. I could probably squeeze out a half an hour more, but this is not a race. I'm just happy with the way that it's sailing right now. So yeah, the visibility is not that great. You can see more than enough to avoid ships and other stuff. So yeah, we're looking out for a marker on the starboard side. I guess that is good. We're gonna come up on that in a couple of minutes time with good clearance. So we have yeah, things under control at the moment. So yeah, I'm a bit of a novice at sailing this boat. The cockpit is a mess, so now we just set the sails. I figured I need to record this before the wind dies again. So, but I believe it's gonna stay with us for a while now. So now it's time to tidy up the lines and focus on the next leg of the trip. So we're gonna attack in a, yeah, I guess 10 to 15 minutes. I guess that's gonna give us enough of an angle onto the wind, so we're gonna be able to make it in one leg across the fjord. There is a couple of ferries and a bit of shipping in this fjord, so we have to keep a sharp lookout for those, but I believe it's gonna be okay. The sails are pulling still. We've been sailing for, yeah, quite a while. We are halfway across Boknafjorden, and we are steering just to the wind angle. So I put my course so it stays, yeah, between 40 and 50 degrees off port side bow. And we're just following that around, and I guess the wind is gonna veer around, so we're gonna end up almost where we want to go. And as you can see, we are in the fog right now. Got some visibility, but it's not all that great, but it's enough. We are a bit further in the fjord than the main traffic usually travels. So we lost all wind a while ago, and we was just bobbing around, and there's 3 ferries going back and forth a little bit further out here. So we decided to just roll down the sails and motor in here and take a shortcut and go straight to Haugesund. So the plan was to anchor a bit further down this way, then we would have to cross the ferry traffic. I'm just watching out for some buoys, and then we looked at the map and found a shortcut. So we're gonna go through a small sound here between 2 islands, and this space here is called Førresvik or something, according to the map. I don't know the name of the islands, but we are going to cross under this bridge, and sailing height under this bridge is 25 meters, and I don't really know how tall my mast is, but the guy that I bought the boat from told me I needed to have at least 20 meters to clear the bridge. So fingers crossed that he did remember right. I believe the mast is about 18 meters from deck level, I guess. So with the antennas and the boat and so on, I guess 20 meters is about it. So yeah, we'll proceed with caution, I believe. So right now we're motoring, and that's also good because now we got a motor for a little bit. So now I'm pushing the engine a bit harder than I've done before, and that's also good because when I get to Haugesund, if there is anything, there is a Volvo Penta dealer in Haugesund, and I can get spare parts if I need something, if there is a thermostat or if I need to take something apart. But so far it's going really good. I'm just taking it slow. We're doing about 6 knots. I guess it's a bit of current because we're now doing 6.3 at about 1950 RPMs. So that is good. Yeah, can't complain. So now we're getting closer to the bridge, and I'm gonna film as the mast aches its way underneath it. The sign says 25 meters. Is it gonna hold? It doesn't really look like it's gonna fit, does it? But I think we will squeeze underneath. If not, this is a bad place to stand, isn't it? We got through with room to spare. So then the next obstacle is not to run into this navigation mark that's put in the sound here. Here is the bridge. And here we have the surroundings. So yeah, cute little place. A very small marina. So and the next thing is to avoid the fishing buoy in the middle of the traffic lane. That's a bit stupid. Well, at daytime you can see them. So now we're gonna continue on this course, and we'll try to not run into the next buoy up ahead. We are in the archipelago around Haugesund, and we decided to take a quick bite to eat, have some lunch. So I just put the engine at idle and plotted a course on the autopilot, and yeah, just been bobbing along and having something to eat. And this is not a bad place to have a meal. Look at this. And instead of anchoring, just motoring like this slowly and keeping a watch out from the cockpit. It's really a good way to do it. So yeah, we are heading down here and across a little fjord and into another group of small islands, and then into the correct fjord to get to Haugesund. So that is what we are doing at the moment. So the autopilot is doing the driving at the moment. So this is relaxation. It's really great. So I'm gonna finish a cup or two of coffee now and do some writing in the logbook, I guess, and press on. Well, I guess we just couldn't help ourselves. We are making good time, so we figured this was a quiet and nice little stretch of water that we could enjoy some sailing, peace and quiet. So we are heading up the inlet to Haugesund. We came up through this cut over here and just turned and decided to hoist the sails. We had lunch just behind these rocks, so yeah, it's all happening in a short period of time. Down here is where we plan to enter this inlet tomorrow. We were planning on anchoring beyond these rocks at the far end down here, and then doing this leg tomorrow. But since we made such a good time across the Boknafjorden, we just decided to skip one anchorage and go directly to Haugesund. That's going to give us some more time later on when we get past Slett though, which is the leg after Haugesund. As you can see, there is basically no wind. We're doing 1.3 knots. So yeah, it's better than motoring anyway. So we're just gonna glide along here and see what happens. We are still on the approach of Haugesund, and yeah, the wind is sometimes with us and most of the time not, but we've been drifting along at 0 point something knots mostly. But right now we're actually doing 2.3 with just the Geno out, and it's not perfectly set, I guess, but this is as good as it gets in this slight wind. So we're just continuing to glide along. We have decided to start the engine 5:30 to get in before it's too dark, and tie up to the dock at Haugesund. So yeah, the light is fading now, so in about 15 minutes we are rolling up the sail. So it's now 6:30 and we are arriving at Haugesund, and this is a really cool way to enter Haugesund. It is just amazing. You got the houses around here. But the bridge we need to clear, and this is a scary part, because it's 22 meters clearance, 22.5, and I need 20. So yeah, and here are some apartment buildings. Right over here is the police station. And this is the way we came in. So yeah, even some swans. Yeah. Not sailboat swans, real swans. Some nice boats and some not so nice boats. So they've got everything here. It's really a nice place. So I'm gonna focus on clearing this bridge. If it doesn't go well, the next episode is gonna be a bit entertaining, I guess. So I guess that is it for today. I'm gonna tie up the boat along the public dock in Haugesund, and we're gonna order a pizza, I guess, and call it a night. So this has been a fantastic sail. We've done about 30 nautical miles today. We spent 9 hours and 28 minutes so far on the ocean, and that's a good day. So yeah, I've been enjoying myself.
2 more.